welcome to Casual Yelling, a casual conversation podcast with 40% more yelling. I'm Matt Elfring, and I want to talk about something very important. And that's sheets for beds. No, I'm just joking. Not sponsored. Leading up to the November election for the 2025 president, the 2025 presidential election or 2024 president. You know what I mean when I'm saying this. I was inundated with ads on Facebook for politics. I don't talk about politics online that often. Sometimes I'll say things like, I'm disappointed, and that's about it. But this year on Facebook, all of the things presented to me involve politics. And all I do on Facebook is like, hey, new podcast episode up. Hey, I did a YouTube thing. Go watch it, Mom. And then Mom never watches it. So all of the things that I saw were involving poorly photoshopped celebrities holding t-shirts with very loud opinions on them. And the comment sections for all of these were people believing it was real. And one celebrity I saw more than anybody holding these fake shirts with fake slogans on them. And you could buy all these shirts online. We're about to dig into something deep that I studied for a while that I hate. And I posed the question, why are Facebookers, and why is Facebook in general? Let's start that over. I'm going to leave that part in so you know what the process is like for this show. Sometimes I mess up words and I edit it. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm posing the question, why are Facebook grifters obsessed with actor Sam Elliott? Now, actor Sam Elliott, you've seen him. He looks amazing. He has a beautiful, wistful hair and solid eyebrows, and he's got a mustache that is that looks comforting, but one that, it means business. It's a business-seeking mustache. And you've heard him speak ever. It's soothing. It's full of bass. It makes you feel like being wrapped in a blanket made of grandma hugs. So, Sam Elliott from The Big Lebowski, Hulk, probably not so much that. Ghost Rider, probably not so much that. But he was on Justified, The Ranch in 1883. He's America's lovable cowboy. So why is America's cowboy sweetheart being used by political grifters on Facebook in all of these ads? And again, it's a picture of Sam Elliott holding up a t-shirt with photoshopped hands. And the t-shirt has political things on them. Now, as I've already said, I have beliefs in politics. I tend to keep them to myself. For the sake of this podcast, I'm going to be as apolitical as possible. It might come out a little. So all of these these ads popped up, and I just want to kind of put all the shirts into categories for you. And here they are. Number 1, America stole land from the Native Americans. Number 2, Republicans are more logical than Democrats. Number 3, vote for Trump. Number 4, vote for Harris. Vote for Number 5, Trump should go to jail. Number 6, Harris and other Democrats should go to jail. Number 7, yes or no to deportation. 8, we're going to fight the Democrats. 9, veterans are important. I'm only laughing because I find these categories to be silly, but we're almost done. Number 10, hug God or Jesus or an American flag. You just give it all the hugs. And number 11, this is seriously real. I'm a dog mom. So I'm going to describe some of these shirts to you. I find them hilarious. One of the shirts is, it says, with the USA so divided, I'm just glad to be on the side that believes in God, has the most guns, and knows which restroom to use. And there's a picture of a silhouetted person on a horse holding a flag. And then to the left of that picture is an outline of the United States of America with a flag in it, but it's divided down the middle, but not the Mississippi River. It's an ugly, ugly shirt. The next one to that I have brought up, it's President Trump being arrested by the police, and it says, "I have a dream, make America great again." Then right next to that is a poorly photoshopped shirt within a shirt, and said, "This is how we make America great again." And it's just a bunch of Democratic political figures in orange jumpsuits like they're in jail. I'm going to jump a little around here. I'm voting for the outlaw and the hillbilly, which is Trump and J.D. Vance. Some of the Native American ones are known as illegal on stolen land. Dog spelled backwards is God. That's what it says. Here's another one that like really upsets me. This is one of the few that actually like upsets me. It says in 1776 we had to clean house. The house is filthy again. I don't know. Call to violence like that is a little weird. So it's like the same two pictures of Sam Elliott, like on the red carpet. The background is photoshopped out. There's photoshopped hands in front of him holding a photoshopped shirt. And that's just like a template for all of these images. You know, you just put various sayings on the shirt. Then you put a link to where you can buy the shirt online. And then people in the and then you just shell out money to advertise these shirts. And then people in the comments are like, American freedom, or let's put people in jail, or yeah, Democrats, or yeah, conservative Republicans. Yeah, it's all rage bait. And it's like C+ graphic design. And here's where it gets interesting. And at first you're going to say, Matt, this isn't interesting. But when I dig deeper, you will. Every single one of these posts, and these posts have like tens of thousands of likes and shares. Some don't even have one, but a lot of them do. They're all from like fan pages revolving around Native Americans. Like, so fan pages like Native USA or like Native American rights, which on the surface are like, hell yes. Like, let's preserve and protect that aspect of, you know, the indigenous people that were here before it was colonized. Like, let's protect those people. Let's give them, you know, more rights than they have. Let's give them land back. You know, all the things on paper are great, but that's not how these pages work. So here's how these pages work in general. They will do one or two posts about Native American history or prominent people within various groups within Native Americans. And then they'll post a celebrity, which is mainly Sam Elliott. Keanu Reeves is in there. He's a big one too. So Sam Elliott holding a t-shirt and redirecting the audience where you can purchase the shirt. I looked at dozens of these Facebook pages, and they all have one thing in common. I shit you not about this. The person who is the admin, or persons who are the admins of all of these pages, are based in Vietnam. If you look at the page's location through Facebook, they're all based in a building on Market Street in San Francisco, and I've been to Market Street many times. The GameSpot office used to be there, so like I had to walk there to get to work, even though GameSpot's office wasn't on Market Street. But you have to walk on Market Street to get to like anywhere in that kind of business district, I guess. So I decided to dig even deeper because it seemed weird that like people from Vietnam were running these sites and they were all based out of Market Street. So I did like a who is on all these shop sites, which had different addresses and different ISPs. Almost every single one of these pages and the websites that direct you to purchase the t-shirts, or just the websites that cover these pages, are all based out of Iceland. Almost every single one. I say almost because I found one based out of Boston. And I've got to be transparent about that. I'm going to disclose that. One is based out of Boston. Every other one of these t-shirt selling stores, which are a redirection from the Native American Facebook page, and are set up like the Native American Facebook pages, but as a website, all based out of Iceland. Sure, the service they use to create this website could be based out of Iceland, but it's various places in Iceland, I noticed. So after looking at all of this and spending way too much time, hours and hours and hours looking into these things, I kind of came to the assumption / conclusion that the grift for this is all coming out of Vietnam. Domains are registered out of Iceland, and that the admins are mainly from Vietnam. I found ones from Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and a few other countries, but none of the admins are based out of the United States, from what I saw. And again, I was checking a lot of these pages. I spent hours doing this. So what I can't figure out is why Sam Elliott is the focal point of these pictures. They're primarily endorsing the right or conservatives or Republicans. And that's weird because Sam Elliott did the voiceover for the Harris campaign ad where the whole premise is like, be a man, vote for one. So I find all this a little strange. And as a joke, like I posted this picture online. I made a picture of Brendan Fraser accepting an Oscar, and then I had him holding a t-shirt that said, "Have you seen The Mummy? It's great." And there's an American flag on it. You can buy that on Teespring apparently, because I did that. But here's like the whole point of this. This is a grift. I mean, you know from everything I've talked about already that this is a grift. People are putting out political t-shirts and making the most money on them because when you put opinions on t-shirts, random people know how you think and feel about everything. Like right now, I am wearing a Final Fight t-shirt, the video game. So you out there know how I feel about side-scrolling beat 'em ups and mayors fighting street gangs to save their daughter. You understand how I feel about that. But the end game for these sites is let's make as much money as possible through what is essentially fast fashion and disappear into the ether. I mean, that's what most people selling political stuff, it's all a grift. All you're doing is selling stuff that no one's going to wear a year from now. That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, part of me is like good on them for doing it, but most of me is just like, why are you doing this? I have a TeePublic store. I'll be transparent with that. I already mentioned it. I make $1 on every t-shirt sold, and they're all poorly designed by me. You can make a picture or you can buy a t-shirt that I made, which is Sam Elliott holding holding a t-shirt with a picture of Sam Elliott, holding a t-shirt with a picture of Sam. It goes on forever. As small as I can make it. And to me, we're going back to the Sam Elliott shirts and all these political grift shirts. If you make the choice to purchase these shirts, you're giving into that grift. You're telling these people it's a good idea to continue this. You're also rage baiting people that see the shirts in public because you want to prove to the world that you're right and everyone else is wrong. And to me, that's the issue within United States culture deep down. We lean so hard into our own ideologies and think the others have no idea that they're wrong because you're right. And only you can be right and everyone else is wrong. That's the idea in our primal brains that, our life experiences are everyone's life experiences, which is totally not the case in any shape or form. But if you're reading this, if you're listening to this, that whole idea is these shirts are meant to piss people off. I don't want to get into this part, this part too much. I'll kind of get into it a little bit. The person who was elected president, and I'm not going to get too much. It's a snake. He's a snake oil salesman. He is a grifter. And that's how I see that person, but that's not how everyone sees that person. There are plenty of people who think, a majority of people that voted who think that this person is going to bring change for the positive to America, the positive in their eyes to America. And there's people on the other side who see him as a threat. I guess I'm on that side as well. I'll just admit it. I know I'm trying to remain apolitical here, but you know, I see him as a threat to progression with the United States. And that person running, whose name I haven't mentioned, is Scrooge McDuck. That's right. The fictional character, Scrooge McDuck, has been elected president. And for me, I don't like the fact he swims in vaults of gold coins because that's not physically possible, and I think it's wrong. I guess the whole point of this is when it comes to loud opinions on t-shirts on social media, don't buy them. Just don't. They're worthless. They're worthless after the event has happened. Unless it's like sports to commemorate winning a Super Bowl. I don't know. That's how I feel about football jerseys. I own a bunch of football jerseys of players on the Bears who lasted a season, if that. I am not making this up. I got this for Christmas last year. The Bears punter jersey, Trenton Gill, who was cut in the offseason. There was one game during the Bears season I could have worn that. And now I can't. I can if he like gets cut from football altogether, then I'll feel okay. Like I'll wear a Matt Forte jersey, even though he left the Bears at one point because he primarily played for the Bears. You know, don't buy these shirts. Like think about this right now in America. How many people are walking around wearing the Shepard Fairey Hope Obama shirt? You know, that print that the Obey guy did, Shepard Fairey. How many people are wearing a shirt right now that says hope on it with Obama's face? I'm going to say the answer is easily less than 1% of the people that bought them originally. How many of those can you find in a Goodwill or Salvation Army? I'm pretty sure there's a bunch more. There's probably more of those shirts in resale shops than there are people wearing them right now. Anyways, that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you listening to Casual Yelling. My dryer just played noises, which means it's done drying clothes. You can check me out on Substack. I'm mattelfring.substack.com. I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/I'm Matt Elfring. I am also now streaming on Twitch occasionally, twitch.tv/I'm Matt Elfring. Just look for I'm Matt Elfring, and that's like the brand, I guess. Whatever. I'll see you next time I decide to record. That's pretty much how this show goes now. Anyways, thanks for listening. Bye.